Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this special edition modding weekly number 4. In this episode we shall concentrate a bit more on adding some substance to the game. Also lots of immersion mods this week, so make yourself comfortable and enjoy the ride. Intro 1, engage! We are starting with a mod I probably should have reviewed way earlier, but it looks like I got caught up with modding environments way too much and somewhat neglected the NPCs. Total Character Makeover by SCARLA. This mod aims to improve the NPCs and characters in general and simply make them more aesthetically pleasing. And all that without going too far from the original look, which means you will still recognize every NPC without a problem. But they are sure easier to look at now. This mod improves the appearance of all races in terms of textures and also improves the hand and feet meshes. This mod is like an all-in-one texture pack, body and face. In other words, you won't really need any body replacers, unless of course you want to change the mesh part or want to use textures with a higher resolution. In other words, the only NPCs who have not received an upgrade are the children. Obviously, you will also notice a difference on your character, if it uses vanilla assets. Alright, now begins the immersive stuff. The first one is Footprints by John VD7. Skyrim is a cold place, with lots of snow. And yet, in vanilla Skyrim, you run in the snow, no footprints. Not immersive, not cool. Activate this mod and boom! You leave footprints behind, and even with a cool particle effect. Simple and yet so effective. It doesn't get more immersive and realistic than this. And guess what? It also works for other NPCs, and even for other things with feet. Mammoths and giants, for example, will leave huge footprints behind. Small animals like foxes and wolves, small footprints. Different creatures have different fitting footprints. And if you go to Solstheim, you will leave footprints in the ash instead of snow. As you can see, this mod, ladies and gentlemen, is an absolute must. No excuses. If you are unwilling to install this mod, I will break into your house, turn on your PC, install this mod and then leave quietly. I hope I haven't scared you too much with this now. And here is another little simple mod, which makes a huge difference. Spells Emit Light by Fei Yawen. With this, the spells in your hands will actually give off light, illuminate the area and even cast dynamic shadows. In other words, you will actually see the shadows of your hands, since the spells are actually located on your palms. And just like footprints, a simple concept, and yet such an incredible effect. Once you see this kind of stuff, you instantly realize you need it. Of course, this effect works on NPCs as well. And also, different spells will give off different types of light. Orange for fire, blue for lightning and so on. The only thing one could maybe complain about is that the light may be a little too bright, especially if you have the spells in both hands. I had this mode for the Classic Edition as well, and the light was not that bright there, so maybe it's because of the new lighting system in SE. Nevertheless, definitely an awesome and must-have mod, and certainly a good alternative to a torch. Next we have a somewhat different type of immersion. Let us add some new wildlife to Skyrim, with SKYBIRDS by Steve40. This incredible mod will make the forests, and other places as well, more alive by adding a lot of new fully dynamic birds. Meaning, they will not simply fly in a circle like the vanilla hawks, which is an animation by the way. No, they will hop around, fly away if approached, perch on different objects and much more. Every bird will make a variety of realistic bird sounds. Walking through a forest will now be a truly overwhelming experience. Here, have a little taste. And this is not all. The birds will become silent during combat, retreat to their nests during the night or bad weather, can be killed for 20 new alchemy ingredients. My god, my immersion meter is going off the charts here. It can't get better than this, right? Well, it seems it can. Feast your eyes upon even more birds, with Birds of Skyrim, also by Steve 40. Now, this mod, however, mostly adds non-flying birds, except some seagulls and crows, which will fly around. The other birds will walk around and look cool doing that. Same features as in the previous mode. All the birds make realistic bird sounds, which makes the game so much more alive. Look at this farm here, for example. Simply beautiful. And this is not a chicken, no, it's a rooster. Thing is, the birds have a schedule, which means they will stop shouting at night. The rooster, however, will yell at dawn and sunset. The amount of immersion, my head, But seriously, with mods like this, the modders sure show Bethesda how to roll the ball. Take notes, Bethesda, take notes. Alright, I have one more creature mod for you. So, there are dogs in Skyrim, but no cats. What the hell, Bethesda? That's racist! Patriarchy! Rape! Sorry. Anyway, we shall add the cats ourselves, with Cat's Kingdom, by GG77. Look at that! It looks like a lot of stray cats have made Whiterun, Solitude and Riften their new homes. Okay, there are actually really a lot of them, walking the streets like they own them, or just chilling in the sun like what cats do. I have to say, a little more texture variety would have been nice. But other than that, it's really cool. You enter a city and cats everywhere. And the cool thing is, some of them can be even recruited as pet followers. That's it, guys. Meet Sir Pouncelot, my new trusty companion. It's time to go adventuring. Together we shall defeat the evil Elduin and rescue the world. And guess what, people? I haven't reviewed any weapon or armor mods yet. What the hell is wrong with me? Let's start with some armors. Immersive Armors by HOTHTROOPER 44. This is the biggest armor mod out there and actually the most endorsed armor mod in the special edition section. Take a look at the armors and you will instantly know why. What you get is a huge variety of top-notch armors for females and males. All of them created with high attention to detail and lore friendliness in mind. Many of the armors are just mashups from existing armor parts from the vanilla game, the others created from scratch, but as I said, with lore friendliness in mind. In other words, you will not find a single armor which looks out of place. What I'm showing you right here is actually just the tip of the iceberg. There are actually 55 armor sets, a lot of which include variants, many helmet options, 396 new shields, holy shit, and a lot of accessories like capes, eye patches and scarves. A total count of 2,693 files. And besides all that, you get a nice customization menu where you can configure a lot of things. For example, set the distribution for every item, whether it's craftable or not, whether it's distributed to a specific race or group, whether it's possible to break down armors at forges to get materials, and much more. As you can see, this mod definitely earned to be the first place in the armor section. And now let's check out the weapon mod. Unique Uniques by Calthrop does not add any new weapons, but instead improves the visuals of certain vanilla ones. You know how after completing an interesting quest you get a weapon with a cool, unique name? And exactly the same visuals as thousands other generic weapons in the game. Not even at least a different texture. Damn you, Bethesda! But with this mod, not anymore. Now all those unique weapons will truly look unique. And just look at those textures and models. All those weapons are beautifully designed with a really high amount of detail. And the design also fits their background and origin really well. One could easily assume those models were part of the game all along. That way you actually want to use them actively instead of just throwing them into a chest and forgetting about them. Seriously, it's almost like they look a little bit too cool. I mean, those weapons make most vanilla models look lame. Poor Children, for example, is just a retexture, despite being one of the best swords in the game. Well, this is just how modding is, no punches pulled. And now, ladies and gentlemen, another immersion mod. In the opening scene of the game we ride a carriage, but in the actual game we can't. I want my money back. But wait, there is modding. Nordic Carriage Company by Ottolino shall fix our problem. A courier will find you and inform you that a new carriage company has recently opened. Now let's see how it works. Those signs located in front of every city can be interacted with, and the carriage will arrive shortly. Then just talk to the custom voiced by the way driver and get on.
Grand. I charge a flat fee of 35 septims. Where do you want to go?
And the ride starts. The driver will also entertain you from time to time by giving you information or just simple chatter.
I saw a mudcrab the other day. Filthy creatures.
Haven't heard this one in a while. Anyway, during the ride you can look around, open the map to see where you are, or also open this menu. This is pretty much like GTA. You can skip to destination, tell him to go faster, or stop the ride. The journey itself went pretty well, almost no accidents.
I'm on my way.
Obviously, if there is something on the road, the carriage might behave in a weird way. Also, enemies will still attack and you will have to get off and take care of them.
I'll wait.
So, as you can see, the whole thing works pretty well and is a nice and immersive way of traveling. And this is it for this week. As usual, links to all mods are in the description. Don't forget to endorse the modders if you are going to use any of them. And if you enjoyed my video, hit the like button and subscribe for more Skyrim modding action. I thank you all for watching and see you around.